Hey everyone, Kyle once again. And welcome back to another review. Listen, no matter how interesting a film would sound like, if it's like done the right way, it can make a good idea though, but it just really turns out to be a really bad film. So this is and probably figured I should have known better from the company this film was released by. Okay, so this came out. This was released last year, and I just like, okay, I know what I'm in for. But as soon as I put the DVD in, when I saw the company logo, I was like, oh no, here we go. I should have expected it. Although I should have saw it because it's right on the front of the freaking back of the cover. I probably was that small I didn't see it there. Yeah, so it's another bad sci-fi creature feature film. And I've said it countless times about sci-fi. So yeah. So for one of the films that I got, sounded interesting, but it's just terrible execution. And this one is Zoombies. Get it? Zoombies. Because it's in a zoo and zombie animals. So, yeah, the idea could have worked, with zombie animals running amok in a zoo. With people inside to. But the thing is, though, what idea is it takes from that? Well, it's funny. There's a quote here on the back of the cover, on the back here, and it doesn't tell who made the quote. It's kind of funny. They sometimes write it in quotes on the back of stuff, but they don't tell who said it, On the back here it says a ferocious creature feature power combo of Jurassic World and The Walking Dead. So yeah, a ferocious sci-fi creature power combo of Jurassic World and The Walking Dead. Well, yeah, that's the concept. A new attraction goes haywire. Yeah, sounds familiar. Especially Jurassic. I would say Jurassic World is by far better than this. And of course, everyone will agree about the Walking Dead part because everybody loves the Walking Dead. They always easily pick this over this, and which is and also is quite funny. Like recent not recently, but just like not that long ago. But there is this show called Zoo. It's like some creatures. Well, it's not creatures, but animals. They're just going crazy. But they'll look more on the show. It's just more than just about the crazy animals. But Zoo. Yeah. But this film, like I said, it's made from sci-fi. The Asylum is the company that makes all these crappy sci-fi movies. The Asylum. You see the name right there? Yeah. I should have expected it. Because, once again, the thing is, though, with very bad, mediocre, tedious, horrible CGI, and a cast that I don't care about, unforgettable characters, I would say. So, yeah. The whole story is that there's, of course, this new zoo hasn't opened to the public yet. This woman who's like doing a spokes commercial for this new zoo called Eden. and there's like some endangered species like birds and stuff, and they shows like there's this in a lab where some veterinarian doctors treating this bad CGI monkey. It dies from a heart attack, and then the guy injects some stuff which it's an unknown virus, so I'm sure that what he injected is started the whole thing, but I don't know. And it rips out one woman's eyes, and which I call bullcrap, where it's on this big cabinet, this metal cabinet, and this little monkey has the power to push off this huge metal cabinet and just falls on one guy, and the doctor is in there still, and it cuts to the title Zoombies. So, and then you got some other zookeeper workers, and then you have some people on a tour bus. And so these characters I don't care about. They're forgettable. And like one with the woman who's like a spokesperson, and she has a daughter. And then you have like another zookeeper who's of all the characters I remember, the names I would say, one of his name is Rex. Then they have this one guy in a suit and some other people. And you see the doctor hits a panic button, one guy goes and checks it out. And one thing leads to another is that they're trying to the one guy went there hasn't called back, and so some other zookeeper people and one of the guy in the suit goes with them. They find the doctor, he's all bloodied up, and then they find some of the infected monkeys that were in there. Like, it shocked one guy. I don't know, but and then protects one other person. And there's one female woman who works with them, shoots one. And the doctor was still alive though, but I guess one dead monkey jumps out of him. Bad CGI once again. And they try. There's a monkey stuck in the door and trying to hold it, and one monkey gets out and then attacks this one guy named Rex. And when the guy in the suit takes his coat off, wraps it in the thing, and just slams it against the wall. And the other monkey died from being crushed by the door, I would say. But the other ones get away. And then from then on, it just begins affecting all the other animals. Like with this one girl, which I would say she's a bitch basically, is that two other guys and one other guy gets attacked by the monkeys, and then some boar, I would say, starts attacking them. They climb up to this tree, and they get attacked by some zombie giraffes. They kill two guys. Once again, same thing with the sci-fi film, some lame CGI deaths as well. And they shoot the zombie. They shoot the zombie giraffes dead. It's making me tired again. It's like it always seems to happen when I'm reviewing bad films. So, and then the girl, when I say the woman was a bitch because she's all scared and all that. And she's, I'm not gonna die. So she steals the people's jeep. There's the guy named Rex and the guy that had the suit and the other female keeper. She goes and steals their jeep and just leaves them behind. I was like, this woman's a bitch, it was, thinking of herself, and just leaves everyone else to die. And then when it cuts to her, again, she drives all the way to the gate and calls the woman, let me out, the one who's, doing the commercial, which has the daughter. She's looking through on the cameras. And he's, let me out, and she says, no. And he's like, no, you let me out right now. And I was like, please, I'm just like, please let this character die, because she's such a bitch. And she tries to climb over, and she gets attacked by these wolves, and just cuts away for her getting dragged away. And then with the three people that were left behind, they see some elephants that were not infected. CGI elephants once again. CGI elephants. They ride them. It's just watching this, like, it's just like it's typical sci-fi CGI mediocre. That's what it's all. I've said countless times about the crappy mediocre CGI that appears on the Sci-Fi Channel. It says countless times. It's just horrible. It's cheap looking, and then they see some lemurs, and how they fall off the elephants is like, you can tell it's like they're all like on a green screen part, and how the way they fall, all of a sudden they're also on the ground. They don't fall. It's not like they'll fall naturally. It's like, oh, pfft. I don't know how to describe how the way they fall. If you see if you see how people fall in this film, you'll see what I'm talking about. And they get saved by these two guys. One guy who's also a worker, and another guy, and then it cuts between also the aviary that has all the birds and stuff, a guy and a woman, and while it's going on, there's a scene where the little girl is attacked by a bad CGI zombie koala. She's playing with stuffed animals. She thought it was one of them, and then she screams. Then it cuts away, and when the mom gets in through there, the girl's all bloodied up. She beat the thing to death with a little baseball bat, which I call, well, I don't know. It's just like, okay, I this little girl beat with a little baseball bat. It's like, okay, I don't. It's dumb sci-fi. It's dumb sci-fi bullcrap. So it's just they can do anything with what they want. So then they found that there's a gorilla this guy was tending to, that earlier the little girl was liking as well. The guy is like, oh, I have a relationship with the thing, and then he goes out there. Of course, the thing is infected, is a zombie. Throws the guy through a door and just goes and slams the guy to the ground repeatedly. And then the guy wrecks, gives him a chance to get away, so he, stays behind. He drives him a shade through the thing's back, but then he ends up getting his head crushed. So the three other guys, the woman, the guy with the suit, and then the other guy was with the worker earlier. They're trying to get away. What was the next thing? Well, they're driving the Jeep, and then all of a sudden, the bitchy girl, who thinks only about herself, leaves everyone to die. She was still driving it goes to her. She's driving the Jeep. She's all bloodied up, which, yeah, she escapes from all that bullcrap. And then all of a sudden, she just drives coincidentally just to die. And then they drive the Jeep, and then they get attacked by CGI zombie lions, and the woman and the guy in the suit. I just call him the guy. I forget what the guy's name. It's this scene right there where that woman and that guy, they're shooting at the lions. They're shooting at the lions. Then all of a sudden, the guy can't see where he's going, so he drives the Jeep into a tree. And just how the way they launched out of the Jeep. Yeah, they crash. Well, first of all, you don't see the Jeep crash in the tree. It just cuts away to the woman who flies, and all of a sudden, all three of them are suddenly quick cut right to the ground. It's like, then pull. It's like, what is this? What is this? You don't see them actually flying out of the car. You don't see the Jeep go actually hitting the tree. It shows them all of a sudden they're on the ground. So talk about the bad sci-fi bullcrap I see in these films. So yeah, and then they try to there's a zipper line that goes like to the watchtower where the woman and the little girl is, and the woman's line breaks, but she managed to hang on to that one guy, but the guy forget the thing that they said the guy's name was AJ, I think it was. and all of a sudden his line falls, and he falls into CGI land, down to the ground, wham, splat, bad CGI. And then, so they're the only ones that's left, and well, except for the people that were they were talking to in the bird room. So the woman has who has the daughter. She tells the woman to let all the birds let them out to prevent because the ones who thought they were not infected yet, and to let them all out, but. Then she finds out she does a little she did a little she did like a little test from the dick wall of the blood, and it affects their cerebral cortex and all that. Frankly, I don't care how this whole thing started. It's just there always need an explanation how this whole thing started especially for zombie films, but I didn't really care. So they planned to like set the whole building. Instead, they decided to set the whole building on fire to blow it up. They get in these two, they get in there. They find the guy, the guy who was in there. He's dead. He's been pecked to death. And the other bird that was like talking with him, sitting on his shoulder, the whole time. He's like, "Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me." And I was like, "Shut up, shut up, shut up." You know, like, "Help me, help me, help me." And then the other woman who's still alive. There's a zombie eagle. She said like making a nest inside of her. And so the woman has the daughter. She starts dumping all the gasoline out there, while the two inside, they're fighting off CGI, shooting at CGI birds. And it's like, well, first they have one close up, looks like they just ripped it apart, like it's paper mache. But the rest are shooting at CGI birds. And the other woman outside lights it on fire. The two of them, they get out, and then they see some birds pecking the glass before trying to get out, and he says it's not going to make it, so they just drive the truck into it, and they blow the whole place up. And there is a bad CGI infected bird on fire. The guy shoots it. And then that infected gorilla comes in, chases them to the front gate. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, there was still like a SWAT team that came in earlier. And of course, there's another bad dub line where like the police captain is talking to the woman who had the daughter earlier on the radio, saying, "No, don't come in," or whatever. And the bad dumbing is it cuts to the guy outside, but his voice on the radio, because at first it didn't show his face. It's because it's kind of like this. He's talking on the radio, and I could tell that's not his real voice because it sounds like he's still talking like he's on the other side of the radio with the woman. Like how it cuts to the woman, that voice sounds like he's on the radio, but it cuts to the guy, it still sounds the same. So you can tell that's very bad dubbing right there. But anyway, the SWAT team, they come in, and the woman saying get them out of there, and they get attacked. They get killed off screen by zombie lions. So you get another lame death. The whole team just gets killed off screen. You just hear they're screaming on the phone. But anyway, back to them. They get chased up to the front gate, and the young woman and the young guy they get smacked around and say to the woman, but the mother shoots the gorilla, and the girl goes, "No!" I was like, I'm sorry. The thing is infected. It's dead. It's a zombie now. It doesn't have anything like what you communicated earlier in the film that you were talking with. It's dead. Otherwise it's gonna kill you. So I wouldn't go no, but the girl's stupid and is like no. So they get airlifted by a helicopter, and then it cuts to the dead gorilla. It's still alive. Its dead eyes open up again. That's why I went through this really fast, because it's another lame sci-fi film. So yeah, it's just another lame, mediocre sci-fi movie. I don't know what more I can say. The bad CGI, the main thing is the bad CGI in this film, and especially you get forgettable characters. especially and some like the one bitch woman. I just wish she would die, and she did. But I don't know how she still all those injuries. She still managed to drive, and then when they get there, she dies. And then then you covered those one line of bad dubbing, and the lame deaths. A lot of them CGI deaths, and one is a cutaway scene, kill off screen scene. The one guy falls to his death on CGI land, who falls off that wire. I mean, the idea could have worked though, but when it's made from Sci-Fi Channel films material, I knew it was gonna be bad. I just didn't bother because I didn't see the freaking asylum at the corner and the bottom right here. And this has features. This has on the features. This has deleted scenes and alternate ending trailers, and it also has a making of. And it's funny in the making of this. It shows they use real animals, and they have all these trainers, you know, and these real animals, a real giraffe for the giraffe scene, and the lion, and then the monkeys, and I'm like, where'd I see the real animals in this film? I saw with nothing but bad CGI. Well, in the beginning of the film, you know, the opening, well, it showed a montage of some real animals, but yeah, it's probably like old footage and stuff like that. I'd rather see that on Animal Planet. If I want to see real animals like that, doing a little montage. But in the film, I didn't see no other real animals. I saw was bad CGI. And with the gorilla, apparently there was also a guy in a gorilla suit, which I guess I saw was like quick cuts, you know. I guess when the guy Rex got his head crushed, I guess that was the guy in the suit. But the lava was the bad CGI gorilla for most of the part. But it shows they had a guy in a gorilla suit in that though. As silly as it is, I'd rather see a guy in a gorilla suit more than the bad mediocre CGI I see in this film. Or yet have other animal suits. I'd rather take animal suits than all the bad CGI I would say. Yeah, but this film, I can't believe this film got a making of. It even has deleted scenes, an alternate ending, and a gag reel and trailers. So yeah, I don't know what I gotta say. It's just Jurassic World and The Walking Dead. I'm sorry, Jurassic World is way better than this film, and more like I say the same for The Walking Dead. So yeah, Zoombies. A wasted idea on a. Why can't I just take some idea like this and don't make it by sci-fi? Why can't I just do like a? I don't know what you make it, but just don't make it anything that's related to sci-fi or. Stay away from the asylum, because I got enough from the bad, which some people think the first one's the best, but it's Sharknado, or all the dumb ideas from like Megalon versus Giant Octopus, wherever it was, and Sharktopus, and which, by the way, there were the trailers before the film this, and of course there was a preview of Sharknado 3. And of course which just goes how new level stupidity goes for the stupid Sharknado films. I know there's a fifth one that just came out. It's like early, not that long ago. I wish they stopped making them. But I saw the scene, literally a dumb scene. This is how dumb the stupidity is in these Sharknado films. It takes it in space. There's a scene where I did in space where a guy with the lead guy, who's been in all of these Sharknado films, hits a chainsaw lightsaber, and a shark is in space. And I call bullcrap this because how is it still alive when it's in space, where there's no oxygen and no freaking water? And the guy's like, I'm just tired of these asylum films. I'm tired of the Sharknado films. I wish they would stop making them. But I'm just saying all these other sci-fi films in general. Unless they make a really good one, which they haven't done so in years. I don't want to say this has a 3.4 on IMDb. It deserves lower. So I don't know what I can say. That's my review on Zoombies. Oh, which, by the way, I forgot the other thing. What happened? What brings up to another question. If that, speaking of that girl that was still alive though, before the film ended, what about those what about those other infected animals? There was they saw the guy, the two guys, and the one girl that was from that escaped earlier before they met with the mother and the daughter. There was a stampede of infected, like there was an infected hippo and an elephant and some other animals. Where did they all go? They were not all in that. They didn't go in that aviary where the bird place was before it blew up. Then what happened to all those other zombie animals? Never explained that. That's never get explained. Let's see. For all I know, they must have gotten to make the way out of the park and out of the zoo and made their way somewhere else. I knew I was forgetting that. That was like, what happened to all the other infected animals? The elephant, there was a hippo, and some other ones. I don't know. Frankly, I don't care. When it comes to the stupidity stuff for sci-fi, it's just they don't give a crap for all the logic and all this, or the plot holes or whatever questions that you bring up. Like, yeah, like the question I bring up, what happened to all those other ones? That's never explained. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I can't do anymore. So, that's Zoombies. I don't want to see any more of these asylum sci-fi films. I've already said enough about the bad CGI, right? And unlikable characters. I don't get into more to it. So, yeah, I'm stopping right here. So, well, if you enjoyed it, though. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.